This is a red alert warning for all Bitcoin holders and cryptocurrency traders alike. Could the Bitcoin price potentially be setting up for a catastrophic debacle deep down into the crypto abyss? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. There are really only two trains of thought here, ladies and gentlemen. One is that we are potentially forming yet another micro bull flag before another rip to the upside. We'll discuss that. But on the contrary, it's not all peaches and cream here, folks. We could be staring into the eyes of a potentially bearish distribution range, setting up into a descending triangular formation before the trapdoor gives way and we plunge deep down into the crypto abyss. So what I want to do here right now is try and remain as unemotional as possible, as unbiased as possible, to realistically analyze this market, to get the best perceived edge, to potentially crush it and get this crypto. So let's begin our analysis right here on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. But of course, my friends, before we begin, if you could, please smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for that. And if you are brand new, well, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. So here we are on the 4-hour time frame. Clearly, folks, this does appear to have all of the basic characteristics of a potential bull flag pattern formation. If we right now pull the flagpole from the bottom of the move up roughly to the top here of the pennant, we can then extrapolate this flagpole over to the potential breakout point, right, somewhere in this rough vicinity. And if we zoom out here on the logarithmic scale, we could see that this extrapolated measured move does in fact put us up roughly at nearly 32,000. Now, this is interesting because if you are subscribed to this channel, you would know that I have had my eyes set on this 1.618 logarithmic Fibonacci bullish extension target up at about 30,600 USD. Now, my friends, this target does not have to be hit by any means. We could see a catastrophic plunge before then. But if the bulls are going to continue upward, if we are going to see this bull flag potentially break out to the upside, well, my friends, we do have two targets now. One, the roughly $32,000 target of the potential bull flagpole extrapolation, and the 1.618 Fibonacci logarithmic extension target, which, if you are unfamiliar, I mean, I show this on this stream very often, so if you're not subscribed already, subscribe so you don't miss out. It's from this top here, our old market cycle high around 14,000, down to our old market cycle low around 3,800. These are the Fibonacci ratios of that market cycle move. We do have the extrapolated 1.618 up there at about 30,000. For the dawn, this is really the last mathematical target of interest for me. So, speculatively, I am also thinking that this could be the last mathematical target for the algorithms, whales, large players in this market, my friends, to potentially target either for taking profit opportunity, shorting opportunity, or they do let this thing, if we run up, they do let this thing go a little bit higher, just to build some liquidity up in this range. Average Joe and James at the water cooler sticking in buy orders in here. Bitcoin will never go below 30,000 again, Fibonacci. Right? That type of sentiment up here. Then the whales come in, drop this thing deep down into the crypto abyss. You already know the story, my friends. We may have to pour one out for little James, say a prayer for average Joe, because, my friends, I do believe at some point here, push is going to have to come to shove, and we are going to see a massive, massive correction, just as we've seen time and time and time again all throughout Bitcoin's bull market history. Back in 2016, 2017, folks, this was no walk through the park. Everybody that's joining the space now thinks, "Oh, shucks, if only I had bought Bitcoin back in the old days." My friends, chances are, if you had bought Bitcoin back in the old days and you had a weak hand, a trembling hand, you would have probably sold out a number of times on these absolutely catastrophic debacles. So right now, what I'm trying to emphasize here, we have not had a major correction yet on this parabolic run-up. And if we do take the move, folks, just our last move in particular, right now, we're already up roughly 172% at the time of recording without any major market correction. I mean, logic would, basically say that, hey, there is going to be a correction at some point. Now, theoretically, sure, little James, there does not have to be. But looking at this realistically, I mean, it would be normal, in my opinion, for this to occur, and it could present some absolutely juicing trading opportunity, right? Absolutely juicy, right? From a short perspective or from a buy the dip, buy the debacle perspective, where we could see that drop and then we could continue much, much higher, right? So right now, from a bullish perspective, just to get this out of the way, right, roughly 30 to 32,000 is the target of Don Curbinaccio. Keyword if, my friends. Keyword if, my friends. We are to break out of this potential bull flag pennant, get above our old prior wick high around 28,350. At that point, the target for me truly becomes 30,000 to 32,000 USD, which at that point I would speculatively assume that some whales or large market players may look to potentially take some profit or stick in some shorts purely because of the fact that this is the last mathematical target type of range here that algorithms could potentially target as well. Oh, let's get this crypto. My friends, we are going to now take a look here at what could happen if we break down bearishly. We're going to look at some indicators, some patterns, etc., targets. But if you are appreciating the stream thus far and you are enjoying, if you could smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, thank you for that. And if you are brand new, well, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. Do not miss any more of these important analyses. Now, my friends, we should all be very well aware here that the Don Curbinaccio did in fact take a long trade out of this bull flag here, right? Just like this could possibly be a bull flag here. The Don saw this one, said, listen, folks, we could be in another massive micro bull flag right here, right now. And you should all know this by now, but I'm going to show you this here again. The Don did in fact take a long position at 24,450 out of that breakout. I posted that for my VIPs. I said, VIPs, right here, right now, the Don is going long with that break of structure. And my friends, what do you know? The Don struck gold. The Don struck gold. The Don struck gold. My friends, I am out of my long position now. You can see the recap of my trade setup idea right here, right now. The Don went long 24,450, took profits at 27,100 for a double-digit gain, took profit on the remaining 50% of the trade a little bit further down in the trend. Right now, my friends, the Don took that oh so juicy profit and is now moving along to my next trade setup idea. My friends, if you do want to see all of my trade setup ideas, just like this one that you've seen on your screen, where I post for you all of my real-time entry alerts, exit alerts, potential take profit alerts, as the Don is speculating and formulating his trade setup ideas and trade setup strategies. I post this around the clock for you all in VIP. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Sheesh. So with that being said, right now, I am out of my long position, right? Now, sure, we could rip higher. The problem for me here, though, folks, is risk, right? Where right now we have seen some sell-off, right? We were possibly already overextended at this point. So if we were already overextended potentially by that point, we could potentially be very overextended by this point in terms of buyer exhaustion, right? We have already seen some selling come in. Now, the focus shifts on what happens if we break down out of this pennant, right? Now, I have this as an upward sloping support line here, but if we remove this for a moment, okay, sure, it does appear to be a little bit more slanted upwards, but it also is very, very close to a neutral line there, right? A straight horizontal line. And if we do actually go into the 1 hour, maybe it paints it a little better. It's very close here, folks. It's very, very close, especially when we actually include this area here, this consolidation on the 1 hour, and we do just draw a straight line across. I mean, it's very close. You see this, right? So in theory, I don't want to rule it out of the realm of possibility that this could wind up being somewhat of a bearish descending triangle, right? Now, this could also be the bull flag, as we mentioned earlier, right? But, a bearish descending triangle is made with a series of lower highs and a flat line of support along the bottom, which if the bottom line of support is broken, it can possibly act as a trap door leading to much further moves to the downside. Well, let's take an extrapolated potential measured move of the target, which would be roughly the size of the flag, okay, the largest part of the flag. And notice, my friends, I am not including this wick up here purely because I just don't see it as necessary. I don't really respect that wick, just as the Don did not respect that wick down there, right? I had a few little chirping little Jameses. You're disregarding the wick, Urbanudge. Sure, little James, because this is my chart, Stunod. I'll disregard what I want because right here, the Don painted a support zone. And look what happened, little James. After that, what do you know? We never went down to the wick area, but we went down into the meat and potatoes of Don Carbonacio's support channel time and time again, actually to find support right at the top of the box before then blasting off to our new high. Let's get this crypto. That's why I disregarded the wick, little James. Sheesh. So now I am once again disregarding this wick here. Now we take the largest part of the pattern formation, the widest part of the triangle, we drag it over to the potential breakdown point of this triangle, basically around this area somewhere. Now look where it puts us, my friends. You just can't make this stuff up. Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. It drops us right down to the Don's box of old resistance, which now could possibly turn into new support upon backtest. Let's get this crypto. We do have that pattern target there. That is number one. Number two now, folks. What I want to do here is pull up the Fibonacci retracement tool. We are now going to grab it from this bottom wick, just for fun, up to this top wick, okay? Notice where this puts our Fibonacci targets here, right? The honey hole of Don Carbonaccio between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement zones. Right around this region, folks. Look at it in absolute and utter confluence. And the reason the 0.618 is so important to the Don is because that is referred to as the golden Fibonacci retracement, where hypothetically and theoretically, if the Bitcoin price were to drop down to this region, if we find support there, it could just be a healthy retracement, a healthy range for the bulls to come back in with some buy pressure before another further rip to the upside. Let's get this crypto. If we look at this on the regular scale as well, 0.618 right there in confluence with the top of Don's old resistance, potentially now new support box. Let's get this crypto. Now, because I disregarded the wicks on the zones of importance for me, let's just not use them for one moment. Let's actually just move them down to the areas of importance for me, okay, right there at the bottom of the box. And you could see that not much changes here, right? I just want to be clear with that. The 0.618 is still right around that range in the mid 24,000s, right around the top of this old resistance. If we go back to the regular scale, very similar here, folks, right around the mid $24,000 region. So from a Fibonacci perspective, I think that a drop down to that range would be healthy, could possibly be healthy. Now, all of that is thrown out the window if we lose this range and continue to plunge lower. All of that's thrown out the window, and we'll discuss that possibility in a moment. But if we drop down here and the bulls step back in and we begin to climb again, I think this would be a very, very interesting range to look back in time and say, hey, that made a lot of sense for the bulls to come in at that range and continue the uptrend. Just putting it on your radar. Nothing is for certain. There are no certainties or guarantees in trading. There are no crystal ball predictions, right? Calling up the psychic hotline, trying to get altcoin predictions of where they'll be in 3 years' time. No, my friends. The Don does not fall for that theoretical you understand, my friends. I can't even come up with words here because some things right now in this market to me are just so overly exuberant and borderline delusional. I have people telling me, or rather asking me, for predictions for Bitcoin 6 years from now, 7 years from now. Karba, what do you think of this altcoin? I can't, my friend, that is not realistic, right? That's not what I do here. Is look at the charts to potentially crush it and get this crypto. I'm looking for a perceived edge, right? You see how I'm breaking down these charts, drawing it, right? Every candle, every wick, the Don is looking for an edge in this market. And that's why the Don is able to set up speculative trade setup ideas, my friends, just like the one I showed you before, where the Don struck gold, the Don struck gold, the Don struck gold, right? That trade setup was based off the technical analysis, right? In the chart, right? Without the technicals, I mean, it's just straight speculation with no perceived edge. Now, let's talk about if we drop below there, okay? We're going to briefly discuss this because, I mean, a drop down to the mid 24,000s at this point really isn't a debacle. The debacle could potentially come if we drop lower than that, because this is where the shift in my mind would be from potentially remaining bullish and continuing up to potentially being more bearish and being on the brink of possible collapse before a full-blown real deep correction, such as what we've seen back in 2017 on our run up there. Let's get this crypto. My friends, I hope you are enjoying thus far. Like I said earlier, if you could, a thumbs up is really appreciated. Thanks. And by now, you probably are already, but if you're not, hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. So, if we drop down here, you best believe the Don is going to be looking to crush this move like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. Maybe I'll go short. Maybe I will look to buy the dip or buy the debacle, right? Either or, right? The Don will be looking to potentially strike like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. And I will keep you personally updated in VIP with my trade setup ideas, strategy ideas, entry ideas, potential take profit ideas. I will be posting all of that exclusively for you in VIP. If you are not already in my VIP, what are you doing, my friend? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video as the Don looks to potentially strike gold again. All right, my friends, I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. So if we break down here, I will be strategizing. Now, if we break down below there, I would say that things start to change. Now, sure, we do have some support here, but if Bitcoin fails to find support on top of the old resistance, right, this range is less important for me here than it is up here with the Fibonacci's, right, with the measured move of this potential triangle, right? You guys get the picture, right? Lots of confluence there, not so much down here. So if we drop below there, all of the sudden my target becomes much lower, and my target actually becomes somewhere inside of this upward sloping parallel channel, right? And borderline this teal line here, this horizontal teal line, which is our old resistance here, right? And if we zoom out, that line is also coinciding roughly with our old 20K all-time high peak. Let's get this crypto. So if we drop below there, you could see how the target could potentially change from, at least at the time of recording, roughly about a 8 to 10 to 11% drop for a healthy range, right? To then potentially a much further deep correction of maybe 15 to even 20%, or even further than that, of roughly 25%, if we are to backtest our old all-time high and prior resistance range right around here, right? So all of the sudden, this goes from a borderline small to medium-sized correction to a potentially very large correction, right? Now, at that point, my friends, there's a lot more to discuss, as we need to start looking at trend structure, breaking this upward sloping channel. We need to start looking at things like higher low structure and break of parabolic formation, right? All of that would come into play there. Most importantly, though, right now, you just need to remain cool, calm, and collected, and prepare to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. Have a plan here for all directions, right? I've pointed out for you what I'm seeing from both directions, right? Even though we did have this breakout of the bull flag here on the last pattern, right? And that the Dawn did strike gold with that long trade right there, my friends, right? So even though I played that, I also had a plan set up for if we dropped out of this range, right? Because you need to stay one step. No. 2 steps ahead of every other trader, bot, and algorithm inside this market, my friends. You need to prepare for the ups and the downs, right? The Dawn, my friends, has been up the mountain, and the Dawn has been down the mountain. And quite frankly, I've also been everywhere in between. And I strategize around the clock to potentially crush the market in whichever way it breaks, up or down. You need to have a plan and a strategy for both directions. If you get caught in a linear thought process, just hoping and praying for one specific outcome to occur, my friends, you may have some dark days ahead. So what I'm telling you right now, for myself on a personal level, right now I am strategizing for both potential occurrences, either a break up out of this potential bull flag pennant formation or a break down below this potential bearish descending triangle. And if you'd like to see in absolute real time all of my strategy ideas, all of my entry ideas, exit ideas, potential take profit ideas, real-time alerts posted exclusively for you in VIP, my friends, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video as I look to potentially crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. Let's get this crypto. My friends, this is a very critical point inside this market, right? Very critical point inside this market. Don't get caught like a deer in the headlights here. Don't take that trip to Wrecked City with average Joe and James at the water cooler. You're better than that. You deserve better than that, right? So as these degenerates continue to live a life of peril and squalor, the Dawn will continue to grind for every Satoshi and dollar. Let's get this crypto. My friends, one last time for the YouTube algorithm, that thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. And if you're brand new, hey, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. My friends, don't get caught like a deer in the headlights here. You need a plan for both directions, right? Everybody is different. You need a plan for yourself. If you'd like to see my personal plans and speculative trade setup ideas, entry ideas, strategy ideas, as I look to potentially crush this next move up or down, the Dawn does not care, up or down, then I will see you exclusively in VIP right now after this video. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Dawn has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.
The material in this video has no regard to the specific investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs of any viewer. This video is presented solely for informational and entertainment purposes and is not to be construed as a recommendation, solicitation, or an offer to buy or sell any securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, or any related financial instruments, nor should any of its content be taken as investment advice. Crypto is not a financial advisor. The views expressed in this video are completely speculative opinions and do not guarantee any specific result or profit. Trading and investing is extremely high risk and can result in the loss of all of your capital. Any opinions expressed in this video are subject to change without notice. Crypto is not under any obligation to update or keep current the information contained herein. Crypto may have an interest in the securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and or derivatives of any entities referred to in this material. Crypto accepts no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage of any kind arising out of the use of all or any part of this material. Crypto recommends that you consult with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.